Every once in a while, there will be an elected Republican politician who manages to find it in them to criticize their own party. And sometimes their criticisms can actually be pretty darn strong. Other times their criticisms can be nonsensical, confusing, vague, and just make you go, what are you talking about? You gotta explain that more. One example of the latter is Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's attacked the party for abandoning America First principles, for giving foreign aid, and saying that they've turned their back on regular people, which ultimately is kind of a vague thing to say. Here she is doing exactly that. The Daily Beast reports, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene has had enough of the Republican Party. Quote, I don't know if the Republican Party is leaving me or if I'm kind of not relating to the Republican Party as much anymore, she told the Daily Mail. The course that it's on, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I just don't care anymore, she added. Will Marjorie Taylor Greene leave the Republican Party? Will she say, I didn't leave them, they left me, and then go on and join the America Party hosted by Elon Musk? While Greene steered clear of criticizing President Trump directly, of course she did, she took issue with the White House rescinding Elise Stephanik's nomination for UN ambassador in favor of Mike Waltz of Signalgate fame. In March, The Atlantic revealed that Waltz has added its editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, to a Signal chat in which top administration officials discussed plans to bomb Yemen. Quote, how does he get awarded after Signalgate, Greene said. Greene said the episode reflects Republicans' treatment of women. Oh, yeah, that's what reflects their treatment of women, not other stuff, no. But Elise Stephanik, a MAGA woman, not getting what she wants. And to be fair to her, she's sort of right in the sense that why does Mike Waltz get this? Mike Waltz seems like a total clown. I mean, he's second to Pete Hegseth in terms of his clownery. You know, Signalgate embarrassed both of them. It's ridiculous. Yeah, why does this guy get awarded? So, fair point. But I feel like she's kind of doing a little bit of a Nancy Mace grift here of, you know, calling everyone misogynistic and sort of playing the victim a little too much. So, quote, she got screwed by Mike Johnson and she got screwed by the White House, Greene told the Mail. I'm not blaming Trump particularly. I'm blaming the people in the White House because, of course, you have to blame them and you can't blame Trump. Otherwise, you will get an Angry Truth social post against you. Marjorie Taylor Greene called me misogynistic. How dare she? She is a very low IQ, stupid, bad individual. I think there's other women in our party that are really sick and tired of the way men treat Republican women, Greene added. I think there's other women, Republican women, and I'm just giving my opinion here, who are really sick and tired of them. Greene also has issues with how the GOP has, quote, turned its back on America first and the workers and just regular Americans. Well, you're correct. You're quite correct to say they have turned their back on regular Americans, regular working class Americans. Unfortunately, it seems that Marjorie Taylor Greene has a bit of an unrealistic view of what regular Americans are about. Regular Americans don't get up in the morning and go, gee, I hope that we can cut this foreign aid to Ukraine. I really hope that we can stop giving that sweater-wearing Zelensky so much money. No, Americans aren't thinking about that, but she thinks it's all about, foreign aid, America first means not helping anyone else in the rest of the world. Really? So, as evidence of this, she cited a lack of party support on a number of moves she's made in recent months, adding she feels, I'm going alone right now in the issues that I'm speaking about. Greene has indeed been busy since the start of the current House session, spearheading efforts on such burning questions of national interest as renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Regular Americans really are excited for that. Introducing legislation to make English the official language, defunding NPR and PBS, and criminalizing deadly weather manipulation. She further told the Mail Saturday she only wishes the GOP would renew its focus on curbing foreign aid. Of course, curb that foreign aid, using the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, to hack back at federal spending, decreasing the national debt, and combating inflation. Inflation is low right now. What are you talking about? It's been low since the election, since early 2024, arguably. Quote, what happened to all those issues, she said. You know that I don't know what the hell happened with the Republican Party. I really don't. Okay, I just think it's a little endearing in this weird way when you have these people who are super far right who are like, whoa, my God, what happened to the Republican Party? They're not doing enough for me and my special far right principles. Why can't they cater to me? Why am I going alone? It's kind of funny because it's the same way that a lot of progressives feel about the Democratic Party, where the Democratic Party has embraced neoliberalism. Some might even say they've embraced diet MAGA policies, which is definitely true for some Democrats, but not all. Not all corporate Democrats have embraced MAGA, but yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene's out here being like, what are these liberal Republicans, these neocon fools? What are they? What's wrong with them? Why can't they be like me? They're just too centrist. No, they're not too centrist. I noticed she didn't mention immigration here. That's one area where the Republican Party has gone way to the right of the general public, the regular person's preferences, way to the right of what anyone really expected. Not that it was totally, out of left field or off the table, because nothing's off the table when it comes to Trump. But yeah, she didn't mention all these areas in which the Republican Party is, really, really just slamming the gas pedal, flooring it 120 miles per hour in terms of going to the right. And she's just like, but cut the foreign aid, I don't like foreign aid. She makes just such a big deal about that. I don't know, it seems almost, and I know it's not a culture war issue, it's foreign policy and it's economic policy, but in a weird way, the right has sort of turned foreign aid into culture war issues, where they're like, oh, America first, they just like the vibe. That's so big with them, the vibe of America only caring for itself and not caring about anyone else in the world, because obviously care is a zero-sum game. And if you care about other countries, you inherently are caring less about the United States of America. That's their view, and it's kind of screwed up. They'll be the first people to point out that economics is not a zero-sum game. They'll say, well, just because someone is wealthy and has more doesn't mean they're preventing other people, the middle class, the poor, all those people from having as much as them. But with the foreign aid, yeah, it's like, oh no, we're detracting from America's ability to help itself. Not true. Walk and chew gum at the same time. I also have to point out the irony of, purporting to be America first, whining and moaning and screaming about giving foreign aid to other countries, and loudly declaring we should help ourselves, help our people at home, help our veterans, help our homeless people. That's a very big problem. We have so many problems at home. And yet these very same people are so incredibly reluctant to help fix the actual problems that we have at home. When was the last time a Republican talked a good game, just talk a game, not even doing stuff, but on infrastructure? It was Trump, actually, early on in his first term. He was like, we're going to do $1 trillion infrastructure bill or something like that in his State of the Union address. He campaigned on it, and yet he didn't do it. And you know what? The infrastructure, the $1 trillion or so, it was a little over $1 trillion, I think, happened under President Biden, and he got some Republicans like Mitch McConnell on board with the bipartisan infrastructure bill. So yeah, we want to rebuild our infrastructure. Our infrastructure is not great. That's a good way to be America first. Rebuild our infrastructure. It doesn't mean we can't care about other countries, but what actual policies and programs is Greene in favor of that will help normal people? Until she really explains that and makes it clear, I think that her criticism is just remarkably vapid. It's just remarkably vapid. You're not actually helping things. You're just complaining. You're pretending to be principled. And in reality, it's like you're not super principled. You're not calling out the Republican Party for selling out to the left or anything like that, selling out to the globalists, selling out to the neocons. No. Total nonsense. Let me know what you think about Greene's comments here in the comments below. Please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is the more the merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.